Hebrew is a very difficult language.
Absolutely. The Judaism, in fact, was completed and finished through Christianity. And, of course, we believe in the Jewish Messiah, and in our case, it's Jesus Christ. We believe that he was the Messiah that was predicted.
Please, let's not have a proselytizing here now. So that all Jews are idiots, they didn't evolve, is that it?
No, absolutely not. In fact,
So you patronize the poor Jews who haven't evolved like you?
No, absolutely not. Jews are, in fact, held up in Christian circles. In fact, we consider them.
Oh wait, are you a Christian or a Jewish Christian?
What was that?
Are you a Christian or a Jewish Christian?
I'm a Christian. I'm not Jewish by any means.
Because there's another group called Jewish Christians who are another subset that's very difficult to comprehend. I'm for let people what they want, whatever way they want to find God. It doesn't matter to me what their religion is. I've always been very, in my own mind, I don't really care. As I'm joking when I said different pews for different views, I don't really see a difference, truthfully. However, when a religion starts to teach people to kill others who don't follow their way, that's not a religion to me. That's a political war machine.
And I'd agree with you there. I definitely don't agree with anybody trying to push out any other religion. As Mother Teresa said, I love all religions. But that still doesn't discredit the fact that Jesus said he was the only way to heaven, and that's what Christians believe and why we're so...
Well, let's have that discussion. So Jesus was a Jewish rabbi, correct?
Yes.
So end of story. So how did the whole religion evolve?
Well, Jesus was a Jewish rabbi that came... and he promised and said that he was the Messiah, the Jewish Messiah. The Jewish rejected him as the Messiah. They thought he was crazy, and then he was crucified. But Jesus resurrected, and his believers, his followers, saw him, his resurrected body, and in turn began to preach about his resurrected body and were killed for it. And through the persecution of the Christian church, it spread throughout Rome. Paul, who was a rabbi.
I understand and I appreciate the genius of your explanation. I agree with it. So where does that leave those who are not Christians? They're less than you are in your mind.
No, absolutely not.
I had this discussion with Reverend Falwell, who I respected greatly until we had a falling out, when he actually said that only Christians can go to heaven. So I said, you mean to say that Buddhists can't go to heaven, Jews can't go to heaven, Hindus can't go to heaven, atheists can't go to heaven? American Indians can't go to heaven? He said yes.
Well, the problem with that is that he didn't really explain why Christians believe that. It's not that Christians, the term Christians, anybody who calls themselves Christians, are the only ones going to heaven.
So in other words, a person could be almost a saint-like in their life, give to the poor, etc. But if they don't believe in your religion, they're going to go to hell?
Well,
and if somebody is unsaintly in their life, miserable, horrible, nasty, thieving, but they believe in Jesus, they're going to go to heaven?
Michael, every person is worthy of going to hell for our sins. No one is actually.
I'm glad to hear it. I thought that some got a pass simply because they were a member of a chosen religion. I'm glad you look at it that way, because I met some of the worst people on the planet are very religious, and I'm not limiting it to a specific religion. They're some of the biggest phonies I ever met in my life are members of certain religions, and they're thieves. They're crooks. They rob from everybody.
See, but we can't look at people who claim to follow a religion and say that that's the religion. Jesus clearly said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life, and no man goes to the Father but through me. And that's
okay, I understand. That's like the communists used to say that pure communism never failed. It was capitalism and capitalists who blocked the success of communism. And I joked about it last week, and true enough, this Turban Durbin comes up over the weekend and says Obama had great ideas, but his ideas failed because the mean Republicans didn't enact all of his ideas. The same thing. You're always blaming somebody for something.
I'm not sure I follow you on that.
Well, that's the problem. You see, you got to follow me on that. I appreciate it. God bless America. Different pews for different views. Flat bless, coast more. 1-800-449-8255. Michael Savage.